Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to go back to our lectures, brief lectures on marriage. If you can remember, the last time we were discussing the marriages of the Prophet ﷺ, starting with his first marriage, that is married to Sayyidah Khadija to bint Khuwailid, and we have discussed extensively and intensively on the wisdom behind him marrying her at a relatively elder age. I mean, he being 25, she 40. You can see the age gap and the wisdom behind that. And we derive quite a number of lessons from that. And the second marriage, because the Prophet ﷺ was meant to serve as role model to the entire Muslim community up to the end of the world, that whatever you need in life, whatever you need to emulate, you have it in the life and you have it in the life of the Prophet ﷺ. And that is why we said that even those who prefer to stay with only one wife do not need to be westernized if they want to do that. In fact, they don't need to be referred as westernized Muslims. Rather, they should copy that from the life of the Prophet ﷺ, because his first wife stayed with him for 25 years without him having a second wife, up to her demise. In fact, you can even see that he spent 25 years with her, and the period he spent with her alone is much more, is more than twice the period he spent with the remaining wives, because the remaining wives stayed with him only for 12 years or so. But for her, she stayed with him for 25 years alone, and with her alone, you see. So even if you settle on staying with only one wife, you don't have to be westernized. You don't have to call yourself a westernized Muslim. You are still a Muslim within the framework of the teachings of Islam. Because after all, the Prophet ﷺ provided an example for everyone who wants to stay with only one wife. That is why we can see that the second marriage took place. He got married to two wives simultaneously. That is Sayyidah Saudat bint Zam'a, who happened to be a widow, and Sayyidah Aisha bint Abi Bakr, who happened to be a virgin. In fact, the one and only virgin that he married throughout his life. And we can see why the marriage took place at once. Why did he marry two wives all at once? When we say why, we mean we want to see the wisdom, we want to derive lessons from what happened. That's why we ask this question, because no single act by the Prophet ﷺ that is not embedded with quite a lot of wisdom. And you can see the odd combination. I mean, here you have an elderly widow married to the Prophet ﷺ, alongside as young virgin, in fact a small girl, you can say a girl at the age of 6, as at the time the marriage was conducted, although it was not consummated at that early stage. It was consummated much later after his immigration to Medina. And this will provide us with a lesson on bigamy. That is for somebody who want to marry only two wives and stay with them. That is why the Prophet ﷺ did not marry only one wife after Sayyidah Khadija. He married two wives simultaneously. Why? Because this lesson is meant for those who want to practice bigamy, who want to marry only two wives and no more. So let them have their lessons from the matrimonial life of the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him. So they don't need to copy from anywhere else. Peace and blessing be upon him. And although Sayyidah Saudat bint Zam'a, her marriage was consummated at once, that's as at the time the marriage was conducted in Mecca. For Sayyidah Aisha, it was consummated much later. And the wisdom of marrying Sayyidah Saudat bint Zam'a, at that time the Prophet ﷺ used to have young daughters who needed care, who needed motherly care, and their mother, Sayyidah Khadija bint Khuwailid, had died and left them behind. That was Sayyidah Ruqayya and Sayyidah Ruqayya. So Sayyidah Kalsum and Sayyidah Fatima. For Ruqayya, she was already married to Sayyidina Usman as at that time. She was married to Ottoman before the demise of her mother. But Sayyidah Kalsum and Sayyidah Fatima, the two of them, were there at home with him, peace and blessing be upon him, and they needed a motherly care, and their mother was no more. So he married Sayyidah Saudat bint Zam'a, an elderly widow, so as to take care of those two daughters of the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him. So you can see the wisdom. For Sayyidah Aisha, there was no need for the marriage to be consummated at once because she was very young. She was too young. So it was after the immigration to Medina, then that marriage was consummated. So at least we can see quite a number of wisdom that we can make out of this. We can take out of this event of this marriage. So when we come back, I think I have to stop here. When we come back, we'll continue exactly where we stopped, so as to see more and more lessons that we can take from the matrimonial life of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم. السلام عليكم.